Hey, what's up guys? Maniac here. So moving on with our Godzilla marathon reviews. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Sorry about the glare. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. This side. Yeah, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Now, this one is one of the greats of the Godzilla movies. I mean, this one, this is like the one Godzilla that I would usually watch the most. It's really good. I love it. The special effects are cool. I thought the story is actually pretty dang interesting. As much as interesting as just as the very first Godzilla movie. King Ghidorah is awesome and everything. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll probably save all the good positive things for later. But for now, let's just explain the plot for this movie. So the plot about this movie is that there's this UFO that lands in Tokyo, and there's like these guys from the future that tells them that Japan is about to get destroyed by Godzilla. So their first idea and scenario is that they're gonna go back in time where you actually get to see Godzilla's origins as Godzilla was a dinosaur. That's actually pretty interesting. The dinosaur was called a Godzillasaurus, which that makes sense. So yeah, they go back. So they go back in time, and then they prevent Godzilla from the nuclear bomb, from radiation from making him into Godzilla. But we start to learn that these future doers are actually evil. I mean, they have these three little cute pet things called Dorax, which they put them in the island in 1944. But then when they go back to their present time, they'll realize that when the nuclear atom bomb happened, the three Dorax formed into one as King Ghidorah, the three-headed space dragon that goes around and destroys the city. So now, Japan is screwed. So their first idea is to bring Godzilla back. Except the thing was, Godzilla now has already existed. I mean, what they found another God. It's kind of a little bit hard to explain, but there's already another Godzilla. I mean, it's the same Godzilla that's been moved, but there was nuclear tests over there too. So it's still the same Godzilla, except they tried to use a nuclear sub to create the Godzilla because they thought the Godzillasaurus was right there. So that way they can explode it and make it into Godzilla. Except the only problem was Godzilla's already there. And now since he's bumped into the nuclear sub, now Godzilla's even bigger and badder than before. So basically they want Godzilla to fight King Ghidorah. Except here's the one thing that's actually pretty interesting. As soon as Godzilla fights King Ghidorah and defeats King Ghidorah, they start to realize, oh, wait, we're screwed, because it's Godzilla. I mean, he's bigger, badder, and he's destroying Tokyo. I mean, that's like the evil villain's plan, is to trick Japan to make Godzilla bigger, so that way it'll destroy Japan. That's actually pretty of a smart, complicated idea, I would say. So now Godzilla's running on a loose. I mean, what are they gonna do now? Well, this time, one of the good guys from the future goes back to the future, back to the future, and then they grab the dead King Ghidorah, and they recreated that King Ghidorah into Mecha King Ghidorah. So, and then the Mecha King Ghidorah goes back to our present time that fights Godzilla. Holy crap, that's a lot of explanation. But yeah, that's how far I would go. I mean, yeah, the plot is just so interesting because, I thought, wait, Godzilla and time travel? I don't think that would work. But this time, this movie made it work because time machine can be possible in our lives. And I think it's pretty interesting that they put a time travel story in a Godzilla movie, which I gotta say, it actually kind of works. Another thing I really like about this movie, King Ghidorah has got an update, and he looks better than before. Because, he actually really does look like a mean, scary-looking Chinese dragon, space dragon. I mean, that's, how I would describe King Ghidorah, as a Chinese space dragon. But, he looks so cool. And also, when he's Mecha King Ghidorah, holy freaking crap, he is awesome looking. I mean, I love playing him even in the video games, except for Godzilla Save the Earth because he's so super weak. I mean, if you just, blow one atomic ray at him, it takes, half of his health, which, that kind of sucks. But Mecha King Ghidorah is still very cool. They replaced the one missing head for a robotic head, which I think that's really, really cool. Another thing I liked about this movie is that the human characters are actually interesting in this one as well. Like there's this guy who's trying to write a novel on something. Like he's trying to figure out about the Godzillasaurus and everything, and he's trying to make it into a novel. I find those kind of characters actually pretty interesting, I would say. Another thing I liked is I love the way how they explained of Godzilla's origin story in this one. He's like there's an origin, like it's pretty interesting because back then Godzilla was a dinosaur, which that would make sense because that's how Godzilla would format, like some sort of bones. Like if they had like the Godzillasaurus bones or something like that, it could transform into Godzilla instead of just like in the original 1954, where they say a nuclear bomb happened and that's how Godzilla was arisen. I mean, nothing else explained. But yeah, the dinosaur thing makes a lot of sense, which I really like that. So yeah, I mean, this is like such a good Godzilla movie. Even though I do have one problem with it. I only have the English dub version, which it sounds so super crappy. Because I mean, even the quality, it sounds like it was recorded from the 90s, which it sounded really bad. So yeah, the English dubbing, not a big fan of. But yeah, also the sound effects are really cool in this movie. I forgot to mention the sound effects. The sound effects are so cool, especially when Godzilla makes his footsteps. It's just like, holy crap, you can hear like his like, it's so cool. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, the music. The music is so good. Like, the music is just like, it's this upbeat, like, this big, grand music, which I think that works so perfectly for this movie, especially for like two big giant monsters like King Ghidorah and Godzilla. It's so cool. So yeah, and plus Godzilla's design in this one still looks as amazing as it was in Godzilla vs. Biollante. It's so cool. So yeah, that's all I have to say for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. But overall, this is one of the greats of the Godzilla movies. I mean, this isn't my number one favorite. I mean, obviously it's the original, but this is one of the great ones. Like, I would watch this a multiple of times, and I think this one's really good. It's smart. I love the special effects. The music's so good. Some of the human characters are actually interesting. And of course, King Ghidorah is really awesome in this movie, and the time traveling thing for this kind of Godzilla world works. So definitely love this movie. Check this one out. I would give it an A minus. That's what I'll give it. Such a really one of the great Godzilla movies. So my last question is, what did you think of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah? Comment that down below. Check out my other videos, they're really cool. Like to subscribe, like my page on Facebook. See ya.